Once upon a time, there lived a couple on the countryside. Husband was very loving soulmate before he left for wars. But ever since he returned, he became very angry and unpredictable. His nature became so scary that his wife was scared to live with him. There was a hermit who used to live there, and people would go to him to find solution for their problem. Wife went to the hermit for advice. As she approached the hermit, he said, "What's your problem?" Wife explained the situation. Hermit replied, It's often possible when soldiers return from the war. What do you want me to do?" Wife replied instantly, "Make me a potion or a drink, whatever it takes to get my husband the way he used to be before going to war." Hermit replied, "Young woman, your request is unusual. I need some time to think and look if there is any solution. Come back tomorrow." Next day in the morning, wife went back to the hermit's place. Hermit greeted her with a smile and said, "Young woman, there is a good news for you. There is a potion which can turn back your husband to normal, but that potion requires an unusual ingredient. You must bring me a whisker from a live tiger." She, with shocked reaction, replied, "What? It's impossible." Hermit replied, "I cannot make the potion without it. There is no other solution. You must now leave, as there is nothing more to say." Wife went home. She wanted her husband back the way he used to be. So, all night she was thinking about a way to get a tiger's whisker. She had heard about a tiger living in a cave just outside their city. Next day, before dawn, she got up, prepared a bowl of rice with meat sauce on the top. She took that bowl and went to the tiger's cave on the mountainside. She was scared to go anywhere near the cave, but still took that bowl and silently placed it in front of the cave, and then carefully backed down. Next day again she went there with a bowl of rice with meat sauce on the top. When she reached there, she saw the empty bowl. She replaced that empty bowl with filled one and tried to leave silently, as she didn't want to attract the wild beast's attention. This went on for months, yet she never saw the tiger. But from the footprints, she could guess that the animal eating all the food must be the tiger. One day, as she approached, she noticed the tiger's head poking out of the cave. Very carefully, she set down the fresh rice bowl on the same spot, replacing empty one, and stepped back. After few weeks, she noticed that the tiger would come out of the cave when she came to replace the empty rice bowl with the fresh one. She stayed away from the tiger, but in her heart, she knew that one day she will have to come closer to get its whisker.
Another month went by, and now the tiger would sit beside the empty bowl, waiting for her to come.
As she looked at the tiger carefully, she felt it's rather a friendly creature. Not a week later, the tiger allowed her to gently rub its head. And as she rubbed its head, the tiger would purr and stretch like a house cat. She went back home, and that night she knew that the time had come. Next morning, she brought a knife and also took a fresh bowl of rice to the tiger's cave. She placed the rice bowl and said to the tiger, "May I please have just one of your whiskers?" The tiger nodded, and while petting its head, she carved the whisker off the tiger's head. She thanked the tiger and left. Next day, she went to the hermit's hut with a precious whisker in her fist. She said, "I have the whisker, live tiger's whisker you needed for making the potion." Hermit was surprised and said, "Really? From a live tiger?" Kim replied, "Yes." Hermit checked the whisker. It was indeed a tiger's whisker. "Tell me, how did you do it?" said the hermit. Kim told him about the story, that how she earned the tiger's trust, and when she requested, the tiger permitted her to cut off one of its whiskers. After listening to Kim's story, Hermit took the whisker and flicked it into fire and said, "Kim, you no longer need the whisker. Tell me, what's more vicious, a tiger or a man? If a dangerous wild beast responded to you with a gradual, patient care, don't you think a man will respond?"
Kim stood speechless and then returned to her husband.
Now she knew what she could do to get her husband back. With patience, love, and care, you can win anyone's heart. Here are the meanings of some of the words from the story.
What is the opposite of usual? Comment down the right answer.
I hope you all enjoyed learning, reading, and listening to this beautiful story. Please subscribe to the channel, like, and share with everyone. Thank you.